everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion Plays FTL. We've had a couple of decent runs in a row. Not great, but decent runs in a row. So we're going to go with a heavy hitter this time. We're going to go with the Kestrel. We've got Notch on our team, as well as Blotch. And how about my favorite of the Och variety? I love Scotch. And we're going to name this ship Ocho. I don't know. It sounds silly, but we can't really ignore what we've got going on here. So we are going to start. Obviously, Notch is going to be piloting this bad boy. Scotch is going to be on the shields. S for shields. And we are going to get ready to jump out here. Kestrel, historically, consistently my best runs. So we're going to hope that we do a little bit better. Although the NG Cruiser last time was definitely our best run with the NG Cruiser ever. We're going to have to get into some combat right here. They're trying to escape, and this is shitty because they have weapons, including a missile launcher. Well, only a missile launcher, actually. And they have a drone control unit as well. So we're going to focus, A, taking out this missile launcher first off. If that's out, their drone is not going to be able to do any damage to us. They're going to hit us with one missile. It's going to hit us on the sensors. Does our missile land? That is really shitty. Okay, so let's see if our burst laser lands. Enough to take their missile launcher down, which is fine by me. Let's send our weapons man in here to fix our shields. Or sorry, fix our sensors. We'll go for their shields and then drone control unit next. Alright, so we'll take the drone control unit out. And then I'm going to stop using so many goddamn missiles. Because that is probably a substantial waste of my time. Or a waste of my resources, I should say. Now, these guys are trying to get away, so we're going to focus on their engines. Hopefully we can hit 2 or 3 of these, which will, yes, just take the ship down completely. I was going to say disable the engines, but that works too. So with all this scrap, we will upgrade our doors to the next level. Usually the first thing I like to do now, and it's worked out quite well for us. Basically means when you get that second level of doors, invasions are not a problem anymore. And hey, it looks like we're fighting exactly the same ship again, except they have a boarding drone. Alright, well this is actually sort of a problem because boarding drones actually... Let's send, let's fight them in here. But boarding drones do not need oxygen. So we're going to focus on taking their weapons out. I don't want to use any missiles if it's not absolutely necessary. We are also going to have to repair this hole that this asshole left in our area over here. I hate when you get a hole in your area. If you kill Scotch, I will never forgive you. Alright, he's coming back to life. That's good news. Their shields are basically totally offline. Next we will go for the drone control unit. Please tell me that these guys are... Yes, finally he's dead. Okay, now heal up, and then we'll fix this room. Here comes another boarding drone. Awesome. You know what? Let's just leave him in there for now. We should be able to take out their ship before they can get too much going on here. And he's actually already totally dead. Awesome. So let's quickly get in here and fix this. Wasn't the easiest fight we've ever had, but we're not going to die, which is important. You know, arguably the most important thing. Again, let's heal ourselves up in the med bay. What do we get from our ship here? 16 scrap and a missile. That's not so bad, considering we didn't use any missiles during that fight, because I'm trying to be a little bit more conservative with them. We don't have to worry about drone parts, at least not yet, but we're going to go fight this guy, and once this guy is dead, then we will fix this area. It might actually take us a little while here, but it's better to get this taken care of now, rather than deal with it later, when it might be a little bit more difficult for us. You know what, let's even get Notch in on this action right here, so we can have like a rotating crew of people doing damage. So we can Notch in here, along with Blotch. Notch, Blotch, and Scotch piloting the Och to success. I don't know if I feel good about those names. Let's take Notch out of here, because we got problems. And again, rotating crew of repairmen here means that nobody should die and repairs don't have to stop. Perfect business strategy, and now everybody get in the med bay. Not a terrible fight there. Now, who do we want? We want Blotch on weapons, if I remember correctly. Notch is going to be our pilot, of course, piloting the good ship Och into the unknown, cold, and distressing universe, and Scotch on the shields. Awesome. So we're going to go not to the store, because the store is not actually important to us. Yeah, we have nothing to sell, nothing to buy. We've got to spend a lot of our shit on upgrades right now. I suppose we could buy fuel, but that's not really that necessary. And I don't really feel like we need to buy missiles yet. Let's just amass some missiles here. Let's send in our crew to help control the crowds. I know sometimes this doesn't work out. We did lose 1 crew member. We got 9 scrap. We lost Blotch. To be honest with you, that is the one that I would have most liked to lose. So, I don't want to lose Notch, obviously. Dude did great things with his company. I don't want to lose Scotch because he's delicious and gives me a warm tingly sensation in my belly. So I will just placate myself and say that that was what we meant. And we also upgraded our power, which means we can have 20%, or I guess 5% extra chance to evade, which is what I wanted here. But we will obviously get rid of that evasion chance as soon as we get the chance to get 2 bars of shields, which is what we're going to focus on next. So again, not using any missiles here, just focusing on using the burst laser to take out their enemy shields as well as enemy weapons. Weapons in particular are going to be important. We're going to use 1 missile here. Don't miss. Excellent. Because I was worried about getting hit by their missile launcher, so I think that was a smart idea. We'll focus on their engines next with this burst laser shot. Perfect. That was a textbook fight, I think. We get 18 scrap and 2 missiles. We'll upgrade our shields 1 more bar. So 24 more scrap. And we will have our 2nd bar of shields, which is obviously very important. Sector 1, we're demanded to surrender their goods. Sector 1, I love getting the second level of doors and then 2nd level of shields. If we can get both of those before we leave Sector 1 or soon after leaving Sector 1, then I feel much better about things. Alright, so we're just gonna have to repair that oxygen right off the bat. I wonder if that is gonna kill my crew member here. I hope not. I think he's gonna be able to make it happen. And we're just gonna focus on their engines with the burst laser now. If we can get those down to the red or the yellow even, they won't be able to charge FTL, and if they can't charge FTL, well, they are not trying to escape, are they? They have basically no chance. So we'll just 1 more burst lasers directly at the engines. That should be enough. Probably not enough to get us to our 3rd level of shields. But certainly that fight was worth getting into. We got a fire beam. That sounds pretty useful. Beam weapon that starts fires. Requires 2 energy. So maybe that will be what we'll focus on after we get our 2nd level of shields completely up. This is not a great situation right here. Because obviously, well, we're going to get hit by their weapons. We're going to get hit by their missiles. And additionally, they have a drone and asteroids. So, you know, not great on that front. Charge up. I'm not going to use my missile yet. I'm going to wait because I don't want to just blow the missile against their, like the side of their ship for no reason. But we're getting torn apart here. Now, okay, get the burst laser back up, you dangus. So their weapons are mostly offline. We maybe should have fired the missile at their drone control unit. Hard to say. Let's drop another one on drone control here. Alright, now that that's offline, we might actually stand a chance of, you know, success here. Perhaps a little unlikely, but at least a chance. Now with their shields completely offline, they'll go down. We live. Wasn't easy. But we'll be able to get our 2nd bar of shields online. Oh man, that's like super not good. Okay. Once we get those sensors repaired, we can actually see where that fire is. And then we can repair the engine and start charging our FTL to get the fuck out of here. Because this is like a really bad situation. Oh, for everybody involved. We'll try to starve this one of oxygen as well. Close these doors, obviously. And then we can get in here and fix the engine. Please, that fire cannot break through. Excellent. Okay, now, you get in here. Is this guy losing health? No. Which means the engines are going to power up just fine. Alright, problem solved. Not an easy fight, by any stretch of the imagination. But that's okay. We'll just wait here for the engines to repair. Then we'll send both of our dudes to the medbay to heal. Engines are done. We're going to be fine. We'll be able to upgrade our shields soon, and that will be absolutely awesome. So I didn't expect to do as well as I did there. I kind of expected that to be the end of the run, actually. But, you know, times like that, you know, we prove ourselves in terrible circumstances as we send Notch back to pilot and Scotch back to shields. We prove ourselves, or prove to ourselves at least, that we can do better than we once thought possible. I'm trying to be inspirational here. It might not be working out so well. They have a border, so we're just going to go fight the shit out of them here. We are going to use our missiles here. I know I said I didn't want to use missiles early in the game. We don't really have a choice. Because these ships are kind of hitting us where it counts. So he's dead. We'll send Notch to the medbay to heal up while we pilot the ship. And we'll just continue dropping some burst lasers on them. We're probably going to want to go for their engines next. Because they are likely trying to escape. And then maybe after that, you know what? We'll go for their oxygen so they just can't heal. No, we're going to go for shields because they brought them back up. So we'll do that. Shields are down totally offline. Now it doesn't really matter what we hit. So why not go for the pilot? Again, I want him to reap the repercussions of what he has sowed here. So he's dead. Lots of scrap, please. 13 is not a lot of scrap. However, second bar of shields and another bar of power equals... Happy me. Everything's all powered up. We have 2 bars of shields now. And we're just going to exit here what has been a surprisingly combative first sector. I don't like being in this nebula, but we don't have to do anything, which is awesome. Let's go to this distress call. It might not be worth it, but it might be worth it. Let's see what we get here. Dock and try to rescue the survivors. Awesome. We get a new crew member and 8 scrap. That's exactly what I wanted. And he's an NG. NG, you get into Weapon City here. That's awesome because repairs have been kind of a sore spot so far. Been getting hit by a lot of missiles, sadly. And we will jump to... rebel-controlled sector. I would rather go to a red area than a purple area, obviously. Red area might just be inflamed, but a purple area could be infected. I'm not trying to be gross talking about like STIs or anything. It's all good. Okay, so we have a rebel ship that we will attack. I don't think we need to use missiles here, to be honest with you. If they have a missile launcher, I like using missiles to guarantee that their like high damage weapon is going to be offline. But if they just have a beam and a laser, we can probably just afford to do this with our own burst laser itself. Took a little drink of water there to keep rehydrated. You know, these are long FTL sessions to continue to provide commentary on. And now, I can see that they're probably trying to repair, so I can probably get 1 burst laser shot in on their oxygen. Pretty cruel, but it is also basically going to mean that they're screwed. Wow! They are really scared, so they're going to give 6 fuel, 7 missiles, 27 scrap, and a Pegasus missile. I'll accept surrender in this circumstance. That is actually an incredible reward. We will focus on getting our next level of weapons up, because I want to get this fire beam up. The Pegasus is awesome, but it requires a lot of missiles. And that frightens me, because I usually run into problems with that. If we can just get the fire beam up, I would be very pleased. Looks like we're going to get into another fight here, and I will probably use our Artemis, actually, to take a shot at their drone control unit. So let's set that up, and then we'll get ready to maybe go for their shields. I don't know, they have ion weapons, which makes this a pain in the ass. And now it's not such a problem. We might even use 1 more Artemis, to be honest with you, and just drop it on their weapons. Or I was going to say drop it on their shields, but whatever. We dropped it on their weapons, it's cool. Now we just have to actually do damage to them, which is proving to be surprisingly difficult. We might have to use 1 more missile. We'll see. The AI can't actually repair itself, so I'm in no, like, rush right now. However, if I keep missing, we might be here for a while. So don't keep missing. Just see if we land 3 burst laser shots, then it's all good. Okay, there we go. So now we can start basically screwing them. Again, we'll fire 1 more at the shields, and when the shields are totally down... oh, drone control's back up. I didn't expect that. Shields are totally down. We'll fire 1 more shot at drone control. It doesn't really matter, though, because they are absolutely screwed, and I'm glad I didn't waste another missile there. Those are the kind of mistakes that when you continue making them, they can add up and bite you in the ass in the long run. 22 scrap is not bad. We'll pick up another power bar with that. We really need to upgrade our ship or heal our ship soon. It's the problem that I made last time, or the mistake that I made last time that ended up screwing us over. We'll demand the surrender of the enemy goods here. They look like they don't want to fight. Could have fooled me. We're going to fire the Artemis at their drone control unit. Then we'll fire our burst laser at their weapons. Our Artemis totally missed, but their weapons are absolutely offline. These guys are going to try to escape, though, which is going to be a pain in the ass. So you know what? Fuck going after weapons. Fuck going after drone control. It's not necessary right now. We're just going to go after engines. And with engines, yellow or red, I think yellow they can still charge. Red they cannot charge FTL, which is exactly what we want. So we'll just, oh, come on. Don't let them get away. We can afford to use another Artemis to make this happen, because we're, god damn it, I should have. I absolutely should have. Oh well. What's done is done. We'll continue going to as many beacons as we can here. We get nothing here. Fuel's still strong, so I don't mind these nothing beacons. And we are a little bit low on health, so the nothing beacons can actually be a little important. Again, we will focus on maybe hitting weapons with the missile and then drone control with our burst laser. Well, we missed a lot with our laser. However, we did take their weapons completely offline. And they don't even have a drone, so why was I focusing on drone control? Kind of things you need to be thinking about when you're piloting a ship in this game. Shields are totally offline, weapons are back, so we'll send 1 laser after weapons. And then we'll go for stuff like piloting so that they can't actually evade, and maybe oxygen so that they're going to have trouble repairing without actually dying. You know, all that good stuff. Actually, we're going to go for shields because shields are back online. With only one weapon, that doesn't concern me too much. So I'm okay with their weapons being in the yellow. As long as their shields are in the red, that's fine by me. Now we will go back to weapons. Shields, weapons, shields, weapons. Now their weapons are completely back online, but that shouldn't last too long. Perfect. That is not a good surrender offer. 14 scrap, 1 missile, 1 drone part. Sorry, we're probably just going to have to kill you here. So let's see what we get out of that. It was 1 missile, 1 scrap. Sorry, 1 missile, 1 drone part, 14 scrap. Let's see if we can get a better deal here. When they actually explode. 2 missiles, 24 scrap, 1 drone part. So that was a straight upgrade, basically. We will jump. Again, stores! Proving to be a problem. I just want to repair my goddamn ship. This is like exactly the same ship we've run into 20 times before. Okay, we're going to drop missile on shields and then burst laser on engines. Is how I feel that this should go down. Okay, engines are totally offline. Shields are totally offline. Next, we will go for weapons. Because with their engines totally down, now I don't have to worry about them trying to escape with FTL. Although I swear to God that it has happened before. Where a red engine ship has actually managed to get away from me. But again, we'll hope to land 2 shots with our burst laser here. That should keep them from getting away. 3 shots is even better. And we'll go for weapons next. And again, if we land all 3 shots with this will be the end of their ship. And they will not escape, unlike the last ship, which was a total pain in the ass for us. There we go. Okay, so we get 16 scrap and 2 fuel. That's alright. We'll jump to our exit beacon, because we can jump around from there if necessary. Find nothing here except a ton of scrap. I'll take it. And I do want to upgrade our weapon systems again so we can use this fire beam. However, I also... Yes, we will aid the civilian ship. This ship looks very easy to take out. We'll just focus on weapons. They're probably going to hit me with 1 missile, which might be a pain in the ass. But if we can get that missile launcher down or the ion weapon down, it'll be much better. Yeah. Well, at least the missile didn't take any systems out. So next, now that weapons are down, we're going to focus on the piloting system so that they won't actually be able to evade any of our shots. It probably doesn't matter too much, to be honest with you. But with piloting system down, now we can just focus on whatever we want, and every shot should hit. Yeah, I want to get this fire beam up, but I also want to get our hull repaired, because at this point, like, one bad choice, like, even if I go in and try to, like, dock and rescue survivors or something, it could end up screwing us here. Civilian ship. Gives us a burst laser Mark 1 as well as 12 scrap. Yeah, I'll take that. That's a pretty solid deal. Let's look at our ship here for a second. What's burst laser Mark 1 only requires 2 power. It only fires 2 shots though. Do I want this or do I want the fire beam? 20 seconds charge time, 11 seconds charge time. Well, one thing's for sure, we definitely do not want the Pegasus as much as we want either of those. So let's do that. Now we can use fire beam or burst laser. I guess depends if they don't have many shields. We should maybe go fire beam to just wreak havoc on their ship. And if they have a lot of shields, the burst laser can help us take those down, I guess. And yes, we don't need any more power to make this happen yet, which is great. So, actually we need 2 more power to make this happen, which is terrible. We can find them, though, this way. Awesome. So let's just power up burst laser for now, and we will jump once. No, let's just jump to our exit. I don't want to get too risky here. And with 35 scrap, I would like to stress that we can still make good repairs on our ship as we go to the NG-controlled sector here. And be okay. But I would like to come across the store as soon as possible, because it feels like it's been fucking forever. What do we have here? Nearby asteroid field. Unfortunately, we have to avoid the area. Because if I go in there and my ship gets hit, we're fucked. So... as much as I would love to, we can't actually do any exploring there. We just get a random NG cargo vessel that is going to give us some extra scrap here. We'll invest a little bit of that back into the power system so we can get our medbay back online. I know you can power down the medbay and be a little bit more strategic, but I like to have it up at all times just in case. And now we are jumping basically needlessly into empty areas. I'm hoping that we find a store around here. So we have a random ship that we're going to fight. It has 2 shields. You know what? Let's go with burst laser for now, because I think this is going to be more immediately effective. We're going to fire 1 missile at that, and then both of our burst lasers at the shields. Oh, I was using the wrong Hotkey, damn it. Whatever, we still got one shield taken out. All they have available right now is a beam, so we're going to fire both lasers simultaneously at the shields. Perfect, shields are totally offline. I'm actually going to move Burst Laser 1 into the third spot there, so my hotkeys make a little bit more sense to me. It will go like 1 on the piloting system now, 1 on the weapon system. Wow, that was easy. And hopefully, we got a decent amount of scrap. It was mostly the fuel. And I am going to give the NG vessel nothing. Because every time I give them something, they give me nothing back. Please, God, can there be a store soon? Let's attack this ship. It doesn't have a missile launcher. That's the main thing I worry about. We really need to like stack up our engine power. So that we can evade missiles. However, that's not in the cards for us just yet. We do have a fire here. Medbay's a little bit hurts, but we'll fix that later. We don't need to right now. We'll go for shields and weapons. Excellent. And we actually did get hit there. What's going on with our shields? Maybe it would be good for us to get a third bar or something going on. But for now, no problems. Go engines and oxygen, just because it doesn't really matter. We will send our crew in. Well, that's good scrap. If we can find a goddamn store, we'll go in and fix our medical bay here. Should happen pretty quickly, and it did. So we're all good still. We found a store! Oh my god, I sort of can't believe it. Now, we don't need to heal our ship to full. I would love to save a little bit. Well, you know what? It's actually not that expensive. Anti-bio beam. Rips through organic material, dealing heavy damage to crew members. Heavy ion weapon is actually awesome. Even ion blast would be awesome. It only requires 1 power. Let's sell our shit first. I don't want the Pegasus. I think the fire beam might be awesome, but I also think we could sell that and instead pick up stuff that's more conducive to what I like, which is like the ion blaster. It's super cheap and it recharges super fast. So let's get that. And I'm actually going to put that in the number 1 slot here, just because that makes more sense to me. We'll fix all on our ship, buy all the fuel, and then we still have a lot left over for upgrades. So this, in my mind, was a very good turn of events here. So what are we going to upgrade on our ship next? We're going to work towards 3 bars of shield. We're going to go distress. This should allow us to still get to the exit here. So the ion blaster is basically just going to allow us to tear through enemy shields, which is awesome. We're going to destroy the enemy ship. They're just pirates. We get a lot of scrap for that. We're going to jump to this one. Then we're going to jump to the exit, because every extra beacon we go to is awesome. Let's respond to our call and move in to assist. So we're going to fight this Mantis ship. They do have a teleporter, but I don't anticipate that being a substantial problem, because we will just basically suffocate them. Although with our doors, in a bad situation here, if they're going to attack our door system, that's worse than if they had chosen like any other room, because now it's going to be difficult for us. We want to do weapon damage now. Alright, so we've hurt them pretty substantially. And we should probably send maybe our NG into the shield room to engage in some combat here. Just thinking about this. We're just going to keep firing our ion weapons. We're going to close all doors so that we can fight them in here without having to worry about the oxygen leaking out. And we're going to go straight for their fucking teleporter. We didn't manage to take it down, which drives me fucking crazy. They're probably going to try to escape now. NG, you should get in here and fix this hole. It sounded like vaguely sexual. You should get in there and fix this hole. NG. Well, that went well. So we got 32 scrap. The NG are going to give us 20 more, as well as some extra fuel. This dude is going to need to go to the med bay soon. So let's send him over here. There's our next level of shields. And how many bars do we need to make this happen from a power standpoint? At least 1. And then we'll depower medbay. Oh, we need to power up medbay for now. But we'll do this. Once he's totally healed, we can depower medbay. 3 bars of shields. Good weaponry. I would love to keep Artemis powered up at the same time, too. So maybe we'll focus next on getting 1 more bar of system power for our weapons. Then we've got Artemis, Ion Blast, Burst Laser. 2 Burst Lasers, technically. And that would be fantastic for us. Still would love to have a much larger sized crew, but I guess actually the next thing we need to get, the absolute next thing we need to get, is 1 more bar of power so we can keep our medbay up too, just in case we have intruders and combat at the same time. Going to ignore that repair station and jump into the NG controlled sector. I can't believe we're only on sector 4. 3 levels of shields, very good weaponry. Let us jump to basically the most beacon-rich area of the map right now, is what I'm thinking. So we get a drone. Drones are good because that means we can sell them. and pick up a little bit of money. So obviously there is a store here. If I get to sell it at that store, cool. If I don't get to sell it at that store, that's fine too. We're going to aid our civilian ship here. And I want to power up the Artemis in this situation rather than the Ion Blaster. The reason being they have 3 levels of shields. So I feel like the Artemis can hit the shields, and then that will make it easier for me to take down the weapons rather than Ion Blast, which might take us a long time. Again, we have one Mantis here. Trying to be a hero. I don't know why he would do it, but, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. We're definitely gonna get hit by at least 1 missile here. Or at least have at least 1 missile attack us. So here comes our missile. It lands on their shields, which is great. Then we're gonna fire 5 laser shots at weapons. Do enough damage to at least take their 1 weapon offline. We're gonna send NG in here to repair this damage. As you might expect, the Mantis is just going to die, most likely. Again, we're gonna send Artemis at shields. Totally hits. And we went to town on their weapons. Awesome. So we have this Mantis on our ship. Please just, like, become part of our crew. We picked up a ton of scrap there, too. Like, Mantis, man, what are you thinking? Why not just join our crew now? The best thing you can do, you're going to kill our sensors and then just die. Awesome. Like, really smart idea. We did get Caldwell at some point. Where did this guy come from? Let's get in here and fight his bitch ass. If we can get him killed. Caldwell, don't die on me. I just met you, man. And this is crazy. But get to the med bay. Because you're having my alien baby. I didn't know where that was supposed to go. Caldwell, you get in here. Notch, you get in here. Notch is piloting the ship. Very successfully, I would like to say. I believe we need... We'll send him on the engines. Caldwell can be our engine dude. I believe we need... 80 for next shields and 75 for next weapons. Oof. That is a steep asking price, but we're getting a lot more scrap per encounter now. So we're going to listen to the offer from these guys. Basically, their store has been docked with by the rebels, I guess, or is under assault from the rebels. So we'll agree to rescue the store. That's going to give us a quest marker, which we will check out on our map. Is it anywhere close to us? It's actually close to the exit. So I'm not going to worry about selling that drone that we got yet. Instead, I'm just going to make my way to that quest marker, because usually the rewards there are great. I'm definitely not going to pay 21 scrap to these assholes. Even if they kill me, I would rather die, you know, defending myself than live and be an absolute yellow-bellied, melancholy coward. But we've switched to Artemis, because again, they have a lot of shields. And we're going to see if our missile lands. It missed, which is awful. Send Caldwell in here to repair our door system, because the door system is very important to us. Again, we're going to try to get another Artemis to land before we fire our burst missiles. Come on. Okay, Artemis lands. That's really useful. Some of our weapons have gone offline. We need to repair those as soon as possible. Sadly, there's no way around that. And we're going to get ready to power up. Artemis can come back online, and then Burst Laser 2 can come back online. We're going to be using a lot of missiles during this fight. Is this Caldwell? It's Scotch. Okay. Caldwell's in here. Get to the medbay, buddy. You're hurting bad. Missiles. Okay, we have missiles in our O2 room. So we're going to open this up. But we did hit their shields again. We're going to win this fight. Now we just need to, like, burst laser weapons. Enough to at least do some damage. They still have their missile launcher up, which pisses me off, believe me. We're going to switch to the Ion Blaster. God, they are hitting with every single fucking missile. Close all doors. Oh, we can't until we get this fixed. Okay. Again, burst laser over here. You want to surrender now? We will not accept surrender. I will probably take extra damage as a result of that. But I don't want these guys feeling like they got one over on us. Who's almost dead? You get in here, Caldwell. There you go. Okay, ship is done. We're gonna heal. We didn't actually get much more for fighting them any longer. But that's okay. I'm still pleased with the way that went down, even if we do need to heal ourselves a little bit now. So we're going to send Caldwell and Jones in here to the oxygen room, because one of them alone will probably die before they can fix it. And then we will send them both back to the medical bay. Ship is not doing so good in terms of the oxygen levels, but we've got a lot of offensive firepower here. So who did we have? I think Caldwell was our engine guy. Jones was our weapons guy. We can check that in the crew screen. Yeah, Jones is almost up on weapons, and Scotch is almost up on shields. Awesome. Okay. So we do have a lot of scrap. I want to, use that at the store, but we can't get to a store quickly enough right now. So we're going to go exit, quest beacon, And hopefully we'll find a store after that quest beacon. Trade 3 missiles for 2 drone parts? No! That is awful. At least it's awful considering we don't have a drone control unit. Here is our sector. Engage the rebels and rescue the space dock. Yeah, you know what? They don't seem that strong. We're just gonna, again, auto-fire basically our ion blaster. They have a boarding drone, which does not bother me at all. If they take out our oxygen, that actually could be kind of a problem. We could at least stall them by putting 2 NGs in here. And then, by then, hopefully we'll have a chance to take out their drone control unit. So 1 second here. Now we're going to fire all on weapons first. Okay, who's almost dead? Caldwell, no, I just met you! So again, their weapons are totally offline. We're going to go drone control next. Jones, you got to get out of there too, sadly. Again, so we'll aim for drone control. Okay, drone control's offline, so that guy is just vacant now, basically. We're going to go in here and try to repair this gap in the oxygen room, because obviously that's of the utmost importance to us. Caldwell and Jones, you got to get out of there again. This is not an ideal circumstance to be engaging in this fight. Because we're going to start leaking oxygen soon, I think. Now we got to take their weapons offline. Although, I don't know if they even have the firepower to get to us here. Sadly, our ion damage totally missed, but they're dead, which is great. We get 35 scrap, and for completing the quest, we find a store. Fix all. Yes. Could buy some crew members. Honestly, I don't think that's necessary. I would love to upgrade from Burst Laser 1 to Burst Laser 2, though. It doesn't require any more power, and it gives you 1 more shot. That's really useful. So let's sell Burst Laser 1. We'll buy Burst Laser 2. We don't really need any more fuel, but I'll buy it anyway. And then we'll save the rest of our money for upgrades. Feeling much stronger now. So we gotta send our dudes in here to take this man out. And it is painfully slow. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be using the NGs to fight them. I should be using the humans. Alright, Jones and Caldwell. This is comical. You guys get back in the med bay. Never send an NG to do Scotch's job. We're just gonna heal this guy back to full and then get in here. And at least the NGs will be able to help us out by repairing that gap in the oxygen room, like that breach. But in the meantime, we'll just send Scotch in here. He's just gonna bash him over the face with his wrench or something. Alright, and he's dead. So we'll send you into the med bay. Let the NGs do what they do best and repair holes. And we are still alive here and actually doing strong. That upgrade from Burst Laser 1 to Burst Laser 2 is actually pretty important. It might have been a little bit cost prohibitive, but we had so much scrap going into that it doesn't really bother me. So what are we going to want to upgrade next? Honestly, we could go for 4th bar of shields, but what we might just want to do is try to maximize our chances of beating missiles, basically. In order to do that, we are just going to crank up our engine, which is going to increase our dodge chance 5% every time, as well as our FTL chance in case we want to get away. And on top of that, I mean, we might want to put 1 into weapons quickly, just so that we can get the Artemis up at the same time as everything else. Maybe that's what we should focus on, and then we'll just start pumping points into our engines so that we can dodge missiles. Because the missiles are potentially a problem. Again, Jones is our weapons guy, right? Yes, so I've made a mistake here. Jones, you get back here. Caldwell, you go on engines. And we will try to get a little bit more scrap. Like I said, if I can get to 75, upgrade our power 1 more time, then we will be able to easily take out basically every enemy ship we come across. And again, hopefully dodge stuff. This one Mantis shit is comical, honestly. What do you think is gonna happen? You're one Mantis! Okay, so their shields are almost down. We're just gonna fire straight on weapons. Alright, so their weapons are basically offline. The Mantis is dead. Caldwell's hurt. That's fine. Caldwell, go to the med bay quickly. The principal is asked to see you in the med bay. And this Mantis ship has basically no chance. We're going to focus on taking weapons out again. And the more damage we do to weapons, the better it is for everybody. And of course our ion blaster is going to take down shields incredibly quickly as well. So we're going to go repair our engines so we can get out of here as soon as possible after the deed is done. And that ship is over. That was actually not hard at all. So we get 38 scrap. Civilian ship gives us hull damage repair. That's fine. I can live with that. So we increase our weapons. Now we can have Artemis on at the same time. 1 more power bar means we can power up our medbay again. Not that the medbay is the most important thing in the world, but it's nice to have it. And now we have 18 missiles, ion damage, tons of laser damage. You might as well go to this beacon. We have the potential to do some serious damage here moving forwards. Obviously, we're going to aid the civilian ship. We basically just got out of this fight. We got two mantises in here. You know what that means. Since this is only our engine room, we're going to send both NGs in here to the weapons room. And the mantises can basically starve for all I care. Just going to keep ion blastering at their shields. While our missiles, as we send another crew member in here to help out with the fire. While our missiles are going to aim for weapons. Now their weapons are totally offline. Awesome. Do we want to use a second missile? Probably. Let's drop that on their teleporter so they can't get those fucking mantises away. And we'll get ready to use Ion Blaster. Our missile missed. Their shields are basically offline, but let's make sure they're totally offline. Good. They only have 1 damage left. If there's fire tearing through their ship, they're gonna die. I don't know why why would you even invade my ship in these circumstances? You can see the modules that I have before we get started. Alright, your ship is dead. Now, can these mantises just join my crew, please? Alright, so we got a decent amount of scrap. Let's close all doors and get ready to fight these guys. I don't give a shit if they kill all of our weapon systems. It really doesn't matter, because we'll just repair it right after. The only thing that bothers me, actually, is that we should send our NGs in to repair the oxygen right off the bat. Because otherwise, that is going to be difficult for us moving forwards. And then while we're repairing the oxygen, let's just starve these dudes out. Because there's not a lot they can do. We'll send our... Oh, no. Caldwell, don't mismanage this. Caldwell and Jones, you have to get back to the medbay. Our medbay is not powered up. Power that shit up immediately. Close all doors. Caldwell, no! That's okay. Caldwell was just our new... He was the newbie on the team. I hate to say it, but maybe we're better off without him. Was that cruel? That was probably cruel. Alright, Jones, get in here and fix the weapons. The good ship Och is still going strong here, in case you're just joining us. I don't know how that would happen, considering you had to click on the video and start it. But we got a lot of good stuff going in our favor right now. I'm very pleased with the way things are going so far. We might be a little bit offensively underpowered for the final boss, but we're at least going to make a... We might have a chance of getting in my top 5 high scores, even if we don't have the chance to beat the game. We've got good fuel as well, so no complaints there. Okay. 3 fuel, 1 drone part, 43 scrap. Not bad. We'll upgrade our engines as well as more power. So now we have a larger chance to dodge. Although if we put a dude on the engines, don't we get 5 extra chance? Indeed we do. So we should probably try to get another crew member. Sucks that Caldwell died. But we can get another crew member fairly easily. I would love to get a weapon pre-igniter as well. So we have a Zoltan ship. That's annoying as hell because the energy shields that they have. In fact, they have a lot of shields in general. And some scary weaponry. Including some ion weapons that will disable my shields. Only 1 bar at a time, though. So we're just going to keep firing here. We're going to try to take down their energy shields as soon as possible. And then we'll drop some missiles on them. So let's drop a missile on shields right now. Again, continue. Oh, God, our missile missed. Continuing to drop ion damage here. Come on, you can hit. Yes. Okay, that was actually really good. We did some good stuff to their shields there. Let's drop an Artemis on their weapons. Totally missed. But we are tearing them apart. They have no shields now. We'll focus on their weapons now. Obviously, that seems like the right course of action. No need to use Artemis because it misses every single time anyway. And there we go. So that went pretty well. I thought that ship was going to be harder than it was, to be honest with you. 1 more bar of power. Now we are up to 20% evasion chance, which is important. It might seem silly, but every, missile that we avoid is potential, disaster that we avoid. So we have a ship here, or sorry, a store here. There's really nothing that we need to buy, and there's nothing that we need to sell, so just get out of here. I hate nebulas, because they can put us under a severe power strain. But we have nothing to worry about here, I guess. We have a distress call. I will absolutely go to that, because I still feel confident enough that we can handle any combat that we come across. So their satellite defense system has gone haywire. Let's disable their defense system with our ion weapon. 51 scrap, 2 extra missiles, that's awesome. Again, 1 power, 1 more in the engines, 25% chance to evade. It's important as we continue moving forwards here. We have nothing else. I guess you could invest in more shields. And they have a missile defense system here, which is bad. However, the good thing about having ion weapons and all these lasers is that we don't have to rely on our missiles to do damage, so it's not the be-all, end-all. So let's try to take down their shield systems at least. Didn't really work out. They managed to take down one bar of our shields with a bomb of some sort. So again, our first barrage there did not do so much, so we'll wait for Ion Blast to land. It misses. We'll shoot our lasers at their shields anyway. Okay, their shields are pretty hurt, which is awesome for us. We still can't drop Artemis yet, but what we can start to do is disable their other stuff, like send ions in to disable their weapons. We're going to go for shields on this one, though. Let's see if it works. It landed, which means we're going to just go crazy on them now. One on drone control, one on weapons. 0 damage? There were so many misses in there. That is some comical shit right there. Again, we'll just focus on keeping their shields down. And we'll continue like the exact same thing again. These bombs are a pain in the ass, by the way. Does it land? Does it land? Lands. Okay, so we'll send one on drone control, one on weapons. There we go. Started to do some actual damage there. And again, we'll just continue focusing our Ion Blaster on actually disabling their shields for now. We should send Jones back to our weapons bay here. So we'll wait for Ion Blaster to see if it lands. It lands. We'll send one on drone control, one on weapons. Again, tons of damage, and they have chosen to surrender. I would say that that is a wise choice as we prepare to jump to this next beacon here. I just didn't want to engage in any more frustrating combat like that where we just perpetually missed. This could be a problem. Missile launcher and tons of lasers on this guy. He knows as soon as he comes out of cloaking, we're going to take him out easily because he doesn't have a shield. But we do have to make sure that we take out his cloaking as soon as possible. Everything on his ship is powered up. That's bad for us. So here comes the assault. We're going to focus on disabling his cloaking. And then just like attacking the shit out of his weapon systems. Where's the missile? Lands on nothing, which is what I like to see. We're going to open all these doors to try to put out that fire in the door room. And provided we can get him before he goes back to cloaking, which it looks like we're going to be able to do. Man, his weapons fire very quickly. We're going to get ready to repair this door room, because that is of the utmost importance to us as this fire spreads. Why is the fire spreading? Our shield guy leveled up. Awesome. We need to send both NGs in to repair the door system. We only have one NG. We need to send one NG and our shield dude in to repair the door system as soon as possible. There we go. Their ship is dead, so we can just relax for a second. 29 scrap is okay. Scotch is going to die here. But in the medbay, you actually get healed as fast as you lose oxygen, if that makes any sense. So just by closing the doors here, we can now put them over maintenance. They're healing slowly but surely. And I can't believe that we're still alive and doing reasonably well. But do we have we still need to crank up our evasion chance to allow us to possibly take down the flagship at the very end. Otherwise, we're screwed. But anyway, the more scrap we get, the more we can just invest in, extra dodge chances here. I can depower the medbay and give us like a 30% chance to dodge. Dodging basically 1 in every 3 missiles, which is pretty good. We're going to keep this guy on the weapons because he's basically... Oh, he is an expert. Okay. And we're going to jump ourselves to the end here. Our medbay is not powered up right now. That's what we're going to do with our next power beacon. We can sell missiles. Not necessary. We're going to jump ourselves into Sector 6. Really? Only Sector 6? It's been a long run. Okay, so we're in the Zoltan worlds. Usually these guys are fairly friendly. But, you can always run into asshole pirates in any sector, basically. Like this guy. So what are we going to focus on here? Well, again, ions on shields, obviously. Artemis on weapons. And we'll see how these go. And then we'll choose where to fire our burst lasers. Okay, does the Artemis land? Come on. Excellent. Okay, weapons are offline. We're going to wait for the next ion blaster. Does it land? Yes. Okay, and then we're going to send one on... You know what? Let's send both on shields for now. They don't have a missile launcher. Okay, the more shield bars that we can permanently take out, the better. We're going to send another Artemis in here. Maybe on pilot this time. Excellent. That is now out. We'll continue sending ions on shields, and we'll just roll with burst lasers now. Their weapons are basically absolutely screwed. We don't need to use Artemis anymore, I think. We'll save our missiles for a fight where it's more warranted. Again, just continue focusing on shields. They've chosen to surrender. Again, I think that's a wise decision. And we will jump to... the distress beacon might put us a little close to the rebel fleet, so I'm going to push outwards here. As much as I would love to. Got a little bit more combat going on here. It's an NG cruiser with a bunch of anti-missile drones. So we're going to ignore our Artemis for now, and instead just focus on damaging the shields. I wish our Ion Blaster charged a little bit faster. We're basically just going to auto-fire on shields here. The more damage we can do, the better. Missing is not conducive to that. They're not going to be able to do that much to us, honestly, here with just an ion weapon and like a halberd beam. Especially as I continue to just absolutely destroy their shields. Now with the Ion Blaster, we should be able to basically make this ship our bitch. Take down all their drones. We could drop an Artemis in here now if we want to, but there's really no need. This should be enough to take them out quite easily. Perfect. Like I said, our ship just overwhelms them, even once we get past their shields anyway. So now we have a Hull Smasher laser, Mark II. We're going to look into that in our equipment. So, fires 3 lasers, requires 3 power, which I don't like, but might be necessary, and 2 times damage on systemless rooms, and designed to maximize hull damage. We could maybe replace one of our burst lasers with this. But let's wait for our ship's ion damage to go out here. Fine. So how much would it cost? It would cost us 90 to upgrade one more time. Let's just jump for now, and we'll see what our scrap situation is like in a little while, because I think this would be better. Perhaps. Let's go down to the surface to investigate. And then leave the madman to his ramblings because he's not worth the risk. He's really not worth the risk right now. We might just sell our Hull Smasher laser here. Hard to say though. First, let's fix everything. Buy fuel. 50, 40. We'll sell it for 50. I hate to do it, but everything's going fine right now. We can get a teleporter. We don't need it. We can get a drone control unit. We don't need it. With 86... Again, we will just upgrade our shields one more time. Give us a little extra chance to dodge. 30% is nothing to sneeze at. What I really want is just one more crew member, really. One more crew member means we get an extra 5% chance to dodge, which is great scaling considering where we are. I don't need to repair any damage. So we'll just go to some beacons before we jump to the next sector because everything's going fine right now. We're going to have to get into some combat here, but that's not a big problem. We're going to drop Artemis on weapons and ion damage on shields as usual. And we'll see, we'll finally get a chance to put this extra dodge percentage chance to the test, because they have a big missile launcher here. Okay, burst lasers charged up. Let's send 1 on shields, 1 on weapons. Alright, I'm impressed with the amount that we hit there. Their missile hits as well, which is a pain in the ass. Let's go heal that as quickly as we can. Again, just continue ion blasting and burst lasering. Their weapons are completely offline, so even though our weapons are completely offline as well, it sort of doesn't really matter. The only big problem now is that everything's all weirdly out of sync, so let's go over here. But it's not a huge issue, especially since we're still doing damage here. Just wait for our next ion blast to possibly hit. Go for the shields. They're going to surrender. 4 fuel is nothing to sneeze at, so I'll take it. We'll upgrade our power one more time. 33% chance to dodge. Could be better, could be worse. Again, I would love to get one more crew member to put him in that room. So again, ions on shields, Artemis on weapons. Ion on shields. Then we're going to burst laser shields. Everything on shields here. Alright, enough to do a little bit of damage, at least. Now Ion Blast can take their shields completely offline whenever it hits. And we are good. They do have a bomb, which is a pain in the ass, but I don't really, you know, losing sensors sucks, but it's not the end of the world. We'll drop, I guess, 1 more bomb on weapons here. And just continue Ion Blasting the shit out of them. We'll see if this Ion Blaster lands. It does, which means we should be able to absolutely take out their shields here. And take out their whole ship. Fine by me. 44 scrap is pretty good. We will now, 1, 2, 3. Let's just jump to the exit. We'll go to Sector 7. It's a good run so far. No reason to take it out. We're going to go Slug-controlled Nebula or Uncharted Nebula. Both of them suck. We're going to go Slug-controlled. Maybe I can get another Slug crew member. Who knows? By the way, I should really send Jones in here Jones, come on, there we go. To heal up. Because he's a little bit hurt. Now, Notch still piloting us here. He has reached his first star, which is good. Scotch doesn't have... Oh, no, never mind. Scotch does have a star on shields. Okay, so we're going to jump to this distress call. We actually got incredibly lucky. We should be able to, like, trace a path here without even touching the actual nebula, which is fantastic for us. Although we're still in a nebula here, I guess, anyway. So, investigate. As you drift closer, you're contacted by a slug marooned on the moon's surface. I shall join your crew, say I, if you can answer the simple question. How many moons are there in orbit here? There were 11. That is correct. I saw it in the reading before. So now we get a slug crew member. Awesome. Brian, please come back to our engine room and give us 40% chance to dodge. I would love to see that. Excellent. That is really good, actually. I wonder what would have happened if I answered wrong. Good thing I read that very quickly. Alright, so we've got a huge Mantis bomber here. And because of the slug, now we can see where the crew members are on their ship. Because the slugs have telepathy. So again, we're going to Artemis on weapons, Ions on shields, and then we'll take the rest from there. They're going to teleport on, obviously. Oh, they've teleported into weapons, which is less than ideal. However, we can probably drive them out of here. Is my guess. Anyway, don't let them do... Again, we'll distract them a little bit. Artemis is about to fire. We'll send Ion Blast to fire again. All we need to do is get Artemis to fire. Now they're trying to get their way out. Okay, Artemis fired. We're going to burst laser shields and shields. Alright, so we've done a little bit of damage to them at least. And they've stopped attacking our weapons, which is very important, of course. Again, keep going after shields. Artemis on weapons. This is a scary fight here. Now they're going for our shields, which is a problem. Let's do things this way. Open this up. First, close all doors. Then open doors this way. And we'll send this guy into the med bay. Who is this? Scotch, right? Oh, I've got a wicked sneeze coming on. I can feel it. We'll go on. One on shields, one on weapons. Alright, we did a little damage to both. That's okay. It's adequate. Acceptable. The mantises are proving to be a pain in the ass. Close this. I don't give a shit if they take out our sensors. We still have the slug. At least we can see something. Artemis on weapons. Artemis hit. That is important. And we'll just Ion Blaster the shit out of them here. And we're going to wait for this Ion Blast to potentially land. Okay, close all doors. Get ready to fix sensors. Awesome. Okay. Does the Ion Blast hit, which means we'll go straight for one for shields, one for weapons, and get ready to Artemis on weapons. Alright, they're fucked. I love being able to say that. Okay, Jones, you go back on weapons here. You go back on shields, Mr. Scotch. We don't need to use any more Artemis, I would say. And just to make sure we keep them from getting away. Well, I guess it's not important anymore. We took surprisingly little hull damage there. That's awesome. Get a little extra dodge % chance. Is it really worth it? Maybe we should focus on some other, like, random upgrades, like autopilot giving us some evasion just in case our pilot dies. That's important. Increasing our sensors, sure, why not? And we'll just save the rest for now, because we might need to use it to upgrade our weapons soon. This has been a very good run so far. I'm not going to say that we're going to win, but anything could happen at this point. Let's engage the slug ship here. It has 4 bars of shields. How about the weapons? Ion, laser, and like some kind of beam. So we're going to Artemis weapons, as we always do. We're going to Ion shields, as we always do. And it's going to miss, as it always does. We're just going to keep... We got to get shields down at least a little bit before we start sending our lasers in. Basically, like, harmlessly. Artemis misses. Ions miss. Awesome. Again, Ion... Artemis hit. Hit. Fuck. Ions hit. It's very important that we get a little bit of the shield down. A little bit more. Artemis, you can do it. It hits. Excellent. So now we got 3 shields, and Ion's about to go. It hits 2. So now 2 shields. Just take these shields 100% of the way down with the lasers now. Alright, well, it did some damage. They're down to 2, like, permanently now. I don't think we need to use Artemis anymore. We're just going to wait for this next laser to potentially hit. Or, sorry, this next Ion to potentially hit. It does. Again, we're going to take the shields 100% down if we can. Well, they're down to 1 bar permanently, which is good. And they can't really do anything to us. So, I can engage in this fight as long as I want to, basically. So again, we're going to see if we hit with this ion. It hits. Now shields are going to go totally offline. Fantastic. And now we can just focus on burst lasering like weapons. Maybe one on weapons, one on engines, so we make sure that they can't get away. Now we might want to invest our scrap in actually picking up that 4th bar of shield power, actually. Because we're getting a lot of scrap. And we picked up a ton right there. So let's get the first part of what we need. And then we don't really need to go to the store, right? Because we don't have anything to sell. We have nothing to sell. We don't need fuel. We don't really need missiles. So let's just continue jumping here. We're about to enter Sector 8. We're going to have to do some combat here. That's okay. We're against slugs, but we can see where they are, so that's okay. So we're going to drop... They have a missile launcher, which is our principal concern here. Does the Artemis hit? Please tell me yes. Okay, good. Now, we're just going to send one more ion blaster at them here. And it hits. We're going to focus on shields. We might not do any damage here, but we're going to try. That's enough. We'll send Artemis to attack shields again. It missed. God damn it. There's, of course, hits, because it always does. Our evade is super low now as a result of the fact that our engines are down, though. So I can understand that. We'll send another Artemis in here on the weapons. Ion blast and shields. Again, hits every single time. We'll ion shields. Get ready to burst laser shields as well. Shield totally missed. Like, none of my lasers went through. It's crazy. It's Artemis shields again. Maybe we will have to buy some missiles. I certainly don't want to. I hit one with the engine. Will you accept what is in our stores in exchange for our lives? Yes. 29 scrap, 4 missiles, 3 fuel. It's not great. It's acceptable. We're going to buy some more missiles down here and possibly heal our hull as well. Because we're about to fight the Rebel flagship, basically. Here we go. And we have enough fuel to fight the Rebel flagship for sure. But we might have been running a little bit low on missiles because we might have some combat before we fight the ship. Anyway, we're at least going to get to Sector 8 unless we run into the worst combat we could possibly imagine here. Which we don't. Which means we can go to one more beacon before we go to Sector 8. I should really heal Scotch. Why am I not doing that? Everything's fine here. Alright, Scotch. We're going to heal you up. Then we're going to go to Sector 8. Long run. But it's worth it. This is going to be one of the top 5 scores for the Kestrel for sure. We're going to have a chance at this flagship. It's a difficult fight, but we'll see. We should also heal Brian. Weird name for a slug. I'm sorry, Brian. I didn't want to make you feel bad, but, you know. Fuck you. I don't even want to be part of this ship. You made me answer a trivia question, and I answered it correctly. This is what you get. Okay, so we're back in the final boss here. I'm pretty sure I've shown off the sector before. They're going to give us 10 fuel to make our mission easier here. And we are going to try to get ourselves over to where the Rebel fleet is going to go. So we only have 5 jumps to get to the Rebel fleet. So we're going to get there as fast as possible. Sometimes you'll have to deal with things along the way. We have to fight these Rebel assholes. They have a drone control unit, which is a pain in the ass. Again, ion shields. And you know what? We're actually going to go Artemis shields as well, because they have 4 bars, and I want to get this shit over with. Don't miss. Don't miss. It didn't miss. That's good. So one more ion. Does it hit? Yes. Now we burst laser the shit out of their shields. And miss completely. We go for the shields again with the Artemis. Artemis misses completely. Fantastic. Good start so far. Ions miss completely. Let's try the ions again. Do ions hit? Yes. Artemis on weapons. Burst lasers on shields. Awesome. Okay, their shields are hurting pretty bad. So is our ship, though, to a certain extent. We only have 1 bar now because of the ion damage they've done to us. And we should really power that up, too. How did that happen? It's okay. We're taking a little damage here. Send Slugman in. Actually, you know what? Slugman, you just wait here. They are firing a lot of angry shit at me right now. Again, weapons, shields, drone control. Okay, now we've done a ton of damage. Their drones are disabled. Progress can be made. Probably just on the backs of our burst laser here. Should be enough. Excellent. That was harder than I wanted it to be. But it had to be done. So we get a drone, 71 scrap. We gotta heal this thing, obviously. We should probably heal our crew members as well. Notch could use a little bit of fixing up. And so could these guys now. How's Scotch is fine. I could have told you that, but Now that these guys are healed, we'll send Notch back in here, Brian back into there, and Jones, level 2 on the weapons. Big ups to him for keeping my cooldown low. We are going to jump, I guess, out here. Not really a fan of it, but this is the only way that we can get to the Rebel, I think, in time. Scrap some of the debris. We get 50 scrap. We could potentially have 4 bars of shields now. Like so. We can't have a med bay, but we can have 4 bars of shields. We have to fight the Rebel ship here. I don't think there's any other way to get to the enemy as fast, like in a timely fashion, shall we say. So again, Ion Blast shields. Artemis on weapons. Ion Blast shields. It misses. Burst Laser on shields. Artemis misses. We've at least done some damage to their shields. We need to send Jones in here to repair the oxygen. I hate to do it because he's so good on the weapons. But it must be done. Alright, so he's still fixing the oxygen. What's going on here? Shields are low. 1 more on shields and 1 burst laser on weapons. Okay, shields are hurt. We've really got to get that missile launcher offline. Again, we'll go for shields. Artemis on weapons. I don't want to use too many more missiles. We need them for the flagship. Fix the oxygen, you motherfucker. Yes, okay. Missile launcher's still online, but we're going to focus 1 on weapons, 1 on shields. We did a little bit more to shields, at least. Took a little hull damage ourselves. Go fix... Oh, my God. Okay. Fine, you assholes. We'll let the ship put out its own... Or we'll let the deep recesses of space put out their own fire here. This could be great timing on these weapons. That shield hit is great. Ion hit as well. All lasers on weapons. Missile launcher is still online. This is unfucking believable. I don't even know how they're doing this. Shields, their shields are totally down. Now the fires are out. Okay, close. Just send 2 people in here to fix the oxygen. That's priority number 1. Take those weapons offline. Alright, weapons are hurt, but they're still... The missile launcher is still online. How is that possible? You guys get in here and heal. Again, we'll focus on shields. Only the missile launcher is left now. And they are dead. That was hard, though. So we have 1 fuel. Awesome. Power up this med bay. We didn't even get any scrap, which is terrible. But we need to power up this med bay. Power down Ion Blast briefly. We need to repair our engines. Do we have a chance against the Rebel flagship, considering we have like 8, maybe 10 or 11 health bars? No, we don't, quite frankly. But maybe we'll get incredibly lucky. This isn't a game where that usually happens. Okay, so now we'll send him back on the weapons area. And we got a store that is almost, we can do a little repairing there, I guess. We can also sell this anti-ship drone. We can actually do a fair amount of repairing, to be honest with you. Get us at least back into the green. Temporarily. And we can go fight the Rebel flagship now. Here's our chance. I don't necessarily know if we have a good chance. Wow, they have a lot of crew members on that. And a weapon pre-igniter would be so good in this situation. We've really got to focus on cloaking. We've got to focus on their weapons. And we've got to do it. Focus on their shields as well. Okay, so step 1. Maybe we'll Artemis the cloaking device. And we'll Ion Blast the shields. Because it automatically Ion Blasts the shields, basically. So here comes the first barrages from the Rebel fleet. Luckily, oh my god, that's a lot of missiles. Several of them missed. That is very lucky, actually. Burst lasers are ready to fire. If we get some lucky burst lasers in here, could be great for us. Wow, that is some lucky burst lasers. I think all of them hit. They are now down to 2 shields. We'll Ion Blast. We'll also drop a missile, the Ion Blast miss, but we dropped a missile on their shields. Come on. Hit just fine, and then we'll take out their shields with the burst lasers here. Again, their shields are totally gone now. Let's focus on deactivate their weapons and then start... Again, maybe go for oxygen with the Artemis, because if we take out their oxygen, then their crew members are going to start to die, which is awesome. I mean, I don't want to sound like a dick, but it is awesome, is it not? And we'll start attacking their weapons with our burst lasers. Alright, that Rebel flagship is actually almost dead. I sort of can't believe it. We haven't taken, like, any damage at all so far. Let's just send you in here. Oh, okay, we're gonna get back into combat quite quickly here. We'll drop another missile on the med bay maybe, and then 2 and 3 like that to try to take out their weapons. We'll see how this works. Missiles missed. Their missiles hit all of them, but we took out the rebel flagship. I've heard a rumor that there are extra phases to this combat, and that worries me a little bit. You should probably get back in here. But rebel flagship is dead. We get some scrap, which is awesome, and we are going to repair the shit out of our ship here, because we're not in a great position. Okay, so that's repaired. Send these guys in here to repair this one now. We really need to power up the med bay, but we need to fix it first. So we'll get this fixed. Send these guys in here to fix this breach. That went exceptionally well, actually. I'm pretty impressed. These guys are going to be hurt in a second. Okay, get back to them. We need to power up this med bay. Caldwell! No! Jones! You can't die on me, Jones. Are they still losing health? No. Okay, medbay's back. Power that fucker up. Oh my god. That was really close, actually. How's Notch doing? Totally fine. Unscathed from that fight. I should have known he'd be the guy who was piloting me the first time I managed to make it past the rebel assholes. Or the rebel flagship, anyway. So we got a second phase of the boss fight to go into here. That was awesome, though. I'm impressed with myself. We have some scrap, but I mean, there's nothing to really do with it right now. So, go back in here, get ready to jump. We gotta catch the rebel flagship again. I mean, is it not right here? We should just wait and fight it again, right? Or is it trying to get down to the store? I'm a little bit confused. Let us wait. Oh, now it's going to the store. Okay, I understand now. We will jump to the store and fight it again. Same shit, different day. It's a little bit hurt now, actually. So it's got anti-missile drones, though. That sucks. So we are going to disable our med bay, power this shit up. Although if they're teleporting onto the ship, which it looks like they are, we might have to power up the med bay. But anyway, ion blaster on shields. That much has not changed. And they have a boarding drone, which we can't really do anything about, sadly. So we're gonna ion blast, and we're gonna ion blast again. That missed. We can't afford to waste missiles, so we like sort of have to take out the drone control unit first. But sometimes the missiles will just make it. So let's pray that this is how this works. It has destroyed it. Okay, we can get some lucky shots here. No, you know what we should do? We should ion blast the shields. Wait for the shot to land if it lands. It lands. Now we should attack the shit out of it with our burst lasers. Did one of the burst lasers fire? I must have done something stupid. Okay, oxygen is going to start pumping out of the ship pretty quickly. Oh, man. This is not good. Oh my god, how many drones do they have? It's like the most drones I've ever seen in combat here. That is insanity. Okay, and we have to do this well timed. Does the ion blast hit? No. That fucking sucks. We have to wait for the ion blast to hit, sadly. I wish we didn't. We do, because they have 4 shields. It hits. Okay. Now we go for the shields. All 5 shots land. Enough to do some damage, at least, but it's not going to be enough. This drone army is tearing me apart. Brian, don't do this. Run. It's not worth it. Close all the doors. Tell my mom I love her. Okay. Burst laser the shit out of the shields again. Okay, we're taking them down a little bit. They are ravaging me, though. Oh, man. Okay. Again, we're going to ion blast shields. Then we're going to go drone control. Straight up. Take that drone out. Take any of these drones out. Give us a fucking chance at success. Oh my god, there's so many. Again, burst laser drone control. Does it work? No. Oh, ion drone control. Get the drone controls out of there. If the missile one goes down, the missile defense drone goes down, we have a chance. Fuck it. Let's go on shields this time. There's so many drones. My fucking god. Like, a seriously comical level of droniness. Now, come on. If this ion lands on shields here, maybe we can make this happen. Okay, we've taken their shields down pretty substantially. It might actually allow us to take out drone control unit finally. Although we are going to die super soon. Here we go. You can do it. All crew members have died. New high score, though. God, that was tough. So that is our second highest score, apparently. We do get most repair with Dr. Jones here, though. Dr. Indiana Jones. In any case, that was a good run. Oh, what do we need to do better next time? Fuck me. I don't know. Bombs. We need a bomb that we can just sort of sneak past their systems and disable that drone control unit so I can use my missiles again. But man, that was hard. In any case, as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.